Before Kurt Angle ever stepped into a WWE ring, he was already a household name in the world of sports. In 1996, at the Atlanta Olympic Games, Kurt captured the gold medal in freestyle wrestling, competing with a broken neck. That incredible feat became the foundation of his legend. When Angle finally debuted in WWE in 1999, he wasn't just introduced as a wrestler. He was the Olympic hero. Dressed in patriotic red, white, and blue, he preached his three famous virtues: intensity, integrity, and intelligence. But instead of cheers, he was showered with boos. Fans hated his arrogant smile, his smug speeches, and the way he looked down on everyone else. What WWE didn't know at first was that Kurt was about to become one of the most entertaining characters in the business. He was hilarious in promos, but inside the ring, he was pure dominance. His Olympic background made him unlike anyone the WWE Universe had seen. Suplexes, submission holds, and his deadly ankle lock. Kurt instantly stood out as a real threat. In just his rookie year, Angle went undefeated for months, showing the world that his gold medal wasn't just for show. He wasn't there to play wrestler. He was there to prove he could dominate professional wrestling the same way he dominated amateur wrestling. From Olympic glory to WWE superstardom, the stage was set for Kurt Angle to rise as one of the greatest of all time, and this was only the beginning. By the year 2000, Kurt Angle was no longer just an Olympic hero. He was quickly becoming one of WWE's fastest rising stars. In just his first year, Angle accomplished what many veterans could only dream of. At No Mercy 2000, he defeated The Rock to capture the WWE Championship, a stunning achievement for someone who had debuted less than a year earlier. The Olympic gold medalist proved he wasn't just hype. He was the real deal inside the squared circle. But what made Kurt truly special was his dual personality. On one hand, he was a goofy, clueless heel, delivering awkward promos, bragging about his 3 eyes, and feuding with legends like Chris Jericho and The Rock. On the other hand, when the bell rang, Angle transformed into a technical wrestling machine, capable of stealing the show every single night. From his incredible matches with Triple H and The Rock to his hilarious love triangle storyline with Stephanie McMahon, Kurt Angle showed that he could do it all: comedy, drama, and 5-star classics. By 2001, Angle was a centerpiece of WWE programming. Whether fans loved him or loved to hate him, everyone agreed on one thing: Kurt Angle was a once-in-a-lifetime talent, and his rise to superstardom was only just beginning. By 2002, Kurt Angle had cemented himself as one of WWE's biggest stars. But now he was about to step into an even larger role, the leader of his own faction. In late 2002, Angle introduced Team Angle, featuring 2 hungry rookies, Shelton Benjamin and Charlie Haas. Under Angle's leadership, they became known as the world's greatest tag team. Together, they dominated SmackDown, bringing legitimacy back to pure wrestling and turning Angle into not just a star, but a general leading his troops. This was also the era where Kurt fully embraced the persona of the American hero. Decked out in red, white, and blue, he stood tall as the patriotic figurehead of WWE. Fans loved chanting "You suck" to his entrance theme, but deep down, everyone respected his unmatched ability in the ring. During these years, Angle went to war with Brock Lesnar in one of the most legendary rivalries of all time. Their WrestleMania 99 main event, where Angle wrestled with yet another broken neck, proved his toughness on the biggest stage. Between mentoring his team, carrying the U.S. colors, and delivering classic matches against Brock Big Show and John Cena, Kurt Angle showed that he wasn't just a single star. He was the backbone of SmackDown's golden era. And through it all, he remained exactly what he said he was: your Olympic hero, your American hero, and one of the most versatile performers the WWE Universe had ever seen. By 2005, Kurt Angle had dropped the comedy, the arrogance, and even the Olympic speeches. What remained was something far more dangerous: the wrestling machine. This was a darker, more ruthless version of Kurt. He shaved his head, wore a mouth guard, and unleashed pure aggression inside the ring. No more smiling promos or goofy skits. This was all business, all intensity, all the time. Angle's matches during this era were some of the most brutal and technical of his career. He tore into Shawn Michaels at WrestleMania 21 in an instant classic. He battled Eddie Guerrero, Rey Mysterio, John Cena, and The Undertaker, delivering one 5-star performance after another. Fans weren't just watching a superstar anymore. They were witnessing a man obsessed with proving he was the best wrestler in the world. His ankle lock became even more devastating, grapevined on the mat, leaving opponents no escape. His suplexes were vicious, his pacing relentless. Kurt wasn't just putting on matches. He was dissecting his opponents like a surgeon. Though injuries began to catch up with him, this era defined Kurt Angle as more than a character. He wasn't the Olympic hero anymore. He wasn't the goofy heel. He wasn't even the American hero. He was the wrestling machine. Pure intensity, stripped down to the raw essence of combat. And for many fans, this was Kurt Angle at his absolute peak. In 2006, Kurt Angle's WWE career took a dramatic turn. After years of dominance on SmackDown and Raw, Angle was drafted to the newly revived ECW brand. He was presented as the wrestling machine, a ruthless competitor who was more dangerous than ever before. In the ECW arena, his intensity reached new heights, and he seemed unstoppable. But behind the scenes, Angle was struggling. Years of injuries, relentless travel, and his obsession with perfection took a heavy toll on his body. His painkiller dependence and physical exhaustion were becoming impossible to hide. Despite his unmatched performances in the ring, the WWE began to see his health decline. In August 2006, shocking news broke. Kurt Angle was released from WWE. Fans were devastated, believing his career was over. This exit, however, was not the end. It was the beginning of a new chapter. Angle would soon reinvent himself outside WWE, proving that the wrestling machine's fight was far from finished. In 2006, just weeks after leaving WWE, Kurt Angle shocked the wrestling world by debuting in TNA. His arrival felt like an earthquake. Suddenly, the Olympic hero was in a new home, and he instantly became the centerpiece of the company. Angle's TNA career was legendary. He clashed with Samoa Joe in one of the most intense rivalries of the 2000s, delivering matches that fans still call classics. Over the years, he battled AJ Styles, Sting, Jeff Jarrett, and countless others, cementing himself as the heart of TNA wrestling. He collected championships at a record pace, becoming the first-ever TNA Triple Crown and Grand Slam champion. Every night, Kurt pushed his body to the limit, proving that even outside WWE, he was still one of the greatest of all time. For more than a decade, Angle carried TNA on his back, delivering unforgettable moments and helping elevate a new generation of wrestlers. His run wasn't just about victories, it was about legacy. And when he finally said goodbye in 2017, fans knew they had witnessed something special, the wrestling machine turning TNA into his proving ground. In 2017, after more than a decade away, Kurt Angle finally came home to WWE. His return was celebrated not just by fans, but by the entire wrestling world. That same year, he received the ultimate honor, an induction into the WWE Hall of Fame. The Hall of Fame stage was emotional. Angle, dressed sharp in his suit, reflected on his legendary journey, his Olympic gold medal, his rise in WWE, his battles, his struggles, and his redemption. With tears in his eyes, He reminded everyone to always follow their passion and never give up. But Kurt wasn't done yet. Later that year, he shocked the WWE Universe by stepping back into the ring. Whether teaming with The Shield, leading Raw as general manager, or competing in one-off matches, Angle showed he still had the heart of a champion. 2017 wasn't just about his comeback, it was about recognition, respect, and redemption. The Olympic hero had finally been welcomed back into the family where his wrestling journey began, and fans embraced him louder than ever before. From 2017 to 2019, Kurt Angle stepped into the ring one last time to close the book on his legendary career. As general manager of Raw, he occasionally returned to action, teaming with The Shield, battling authority figures, and proving he still had the fire to compete. But in 2019 at WrestleMania 35, Kurt announced his official farewell tour. Match by match, fans cherished every moment, because they knew the end was near. His last match came against Baron Corbin, a controversial choice that shocked many. The bout was short, but the result didn't matter. What mattered was the final moment. Kurt standing in the ring, thanking the fans and shouting his iconic farewell, "You suck," with the entire crowd chanting it back in love. It wasn't the storybook ending some imagined, but it was real. It was raw. It was the Olympic hero giving his body, his career, and his heart one last time to the business he loved. And as the curtain closed, fans knew Kurt Angle's legacy would live forever.